Good afternoon, live from the 5, the hardest working man on Spreaker, twice a day, every day. This is Alan Wayne on the Pipe Bomb Mobile Podcast. Whew! What a weekend, huh? What a weekend we had. What a wonderful weekend we had. Mainly talking about, well, I had a pretty busy weekend, got a lot going on, but I figure first and foremost, I'm not expecting anyone in my room but trolls and a few lurkers there that you better not tell Goofybone I've been banned for 29 weeks. For anybody listening to my show. Wow. Oh boy. So I'm not going to have any more of those lively chat rooms that I enjoyed so much. So now I'm going to have to actually depend on myself for content. Oh my God, what am I going to do? Well, first things first. Let's get some things out of the way. And this will be, hopefully, the last time I talk about it. Instead of setting aside the issue at hand, as far as what occurred over the weekend, and instead of just pretending that Spreaker drama didn't happen and pretending that all this didn't happen, I'm going to face it head on and I'm going to say a few things. That's what got me this fame and notoriety, somewhat, on the Pipe Bomb Mobile Podcast here. So I'm going to basically give my reasoning one last time, and then I'm just going to continue to do my shows. Fuck it. So here's the deal. It seems so silly to talk about. Fucking adults here, man. Ages of 20s between the ages of 20-something and 50-something, and here we go, talking about this whole drama situation. All right, I'm going to explain it once and for all. Well, last time. I've explained it a couple times, but apparently some of you thick-skulled motherfuckers out there don't get it. So let's see if this description or this explanation, which I don't even fucking owe to anybody, kind of gets into the layers. Maybe it seeps into the first couple layers of those thick skulls, and maybe it'll pass the peripheral vision of that tunnel that you see through. Let's go ahead and let's say it one more time. I went on to Spreaker. I saw Debbie Daly was on with Steve Rush, and y'all listen to her show. Don't even go there. You poke your head in to see if she's talking about you, and then you poke your head out. It's like the fucking hokey pokey. You poke your head in, you put your head out, you put your head in, then you shake all about. Y'all do that. Don't even lie. Or else you wouldn't have any fucking material. You then go onto your shows and you blast her. Why do I know that? Because I've done it. Because I was part of this little circle jerk. I guess because today, the shit started flying, so, oh well. So, I did take a peek at the chat room. The Spreaker drama made you who you are. Without it, you're just cowpoke. Okay. I'm fine with that. If I gotta seek my horizons, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly where I came from, and maybe you'll understand my thinking. But let me just explain what occurred here, okay? What has occurred is I went on and I saw Debbie Daly and Steve Rush were on. I thought that was an interesting story. Because a few months ago, Steve Rush had a chimp moment on the show, and he flew off, and now he's back, and I thought, hey, that's an interesting story. And I did what none of you guys have the guts to do. I got in contact with Debbie. I got in contact with her. I actually decided to get in contact with her and ask her about it, because I got balls, because I got guts, because I got some kind of courage to go do that. And no, it's not a prank call, and no, it's not something random or something, something that is, I don't know what the word is right now. I got so many thoughts in my head, so many things I want to say. But it's not something that's just by chance. I actually went to someone who doesn't like me. I went to someone who saw me as part of this resistance movement, and I actually reached out and said, hey, what's going on? You know? How is it any different from the time that I tried to get her on Skype that one time when my internet crashed? How is that any different? And all the drama lovers were eating it up. They were feeding on that. They were sucking on it. They were loving it. So I get Debbie Daly and Steve Rush on the phone. And I ask them questions that allow them to answer. How is that so wrong, by the way? How is that so wrong to ask questions to allow someone to answer? And I know, and in the chat room someone says, no one is listening. I know. And I feel more free to say what I want to say without looking down every 5 minutes at the chat room to see what's going on. So I'm just going to kind of free run it here. And if nobody is listening, and if there's a ban and whatever, then okay, fine. Then I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to have to build up a podcast that's actually interesting and doesn't have to do with Spreaker drama, expand my horizons, and maybe go outside of that. Maybe it was my time. Maybe it was like Anthony Cumia. He does something that gets him out, gets him knocked off of Sirius. He has a chance to go do his own thing. So, first of all, if anyone's not listening to my show because Goofybone said so, look at yourselves. Look at yourselves. That's pathetic. You have a right to listen to whatever show it is. And I know you're going to listen on the replay. If you don't listen live, that's because of an edict. He didn't say anything about the replay. Oh no, there's nobody in my chat room. Guess what? There won't be anybody in my chat room when I'm fucking professional. There won't be any chat room to go off of, and I'll have to go off the cuff. And I have the talent to do it. And I'm going to show it. And I'm going to show it. So, I figured it would be interesting that my friends in the Resistance would like to hear about Debbie Daly and Steve Rush, and perhaps that they would appreciate that I actually took the step to make a phone call and go and reach out and say, and ask the questions. And she answered them. And what happened? They turned. Y'all turned. Y'all said I was drinking the utter butter. First of all, does anybody fucking realize that that's misspelled? Utter butter. Okay, let's take a look at the grammar of this. Utter butter. The utter is like a defining word. Utter terror. Okay? Utter astonishment. It means that it defines the word after it. Utter butter? It just means that Guy Shea's illiterate. That he doesn't know how to spell something. He saw butter, he thought, oh, well, that sounds like that, utter butter. It's U-D-D-E-R. You're talking about cattle udders, like she has 6 cattle udders. Jesus. So, anyway, I thought it would be interesting. Instead, because I didn't do a prank call on her, and because I actually asked questions that I thought people would like the answer to, all of a sudden I'm public enemy number 2. Okay. Alright. The Resistance is a bunch of narrow-minded people who don't understand what I did. I tried to be middle of the road, like Apocalypse, and definitely not Barco. But for some reason, I had these two sides jockeying for my services, or jockeying for my approval. And because of one thing, I ended up choosing a side. And now I realize that the best side to be on is my own. Why do you have to be on one side or the other? Why not think for yourself? Yes, I know I jumped into this situation and I gained popularity because of these other people. And you know what? I don't give a goddamn if this group of people who gave me a ton of listens doesn't ever listen again. I know I'm going to have some shows with 10, 15 hits. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I know I'm only going to have maybe one like. You know what? It puts me back to where I was before all this happened. Before I jumped into the Spreaker drama pool. And before people realized that I was actually a good broadcaster. You know, that's the problem, is I'm not bad. I'm pretty good. News guy today, and yes, I was there, says that I lack talent. First of all, and he uses a term from Cowpoke, bitch please. First of all, news guy, you know, it really does take talent to read news for an hour. It does. Half of your show is reading news. The other half is Spreaker drama, fueled by your chat room, so it's not even your own damn content. And you think you're king shit of Turd Mountain. Okay. You've got a nice little show. You do have a nice little hour-long show full of current events. You do it from Iceland. That's neat, I guess. And you've got a pretty good following. Good for you. Good for you. When you ever decide to think for yourself and actually do a show that doesn't consist of slamming one person every day, calling her she who shall not be named, news guy, you seem like a smart guy. You should know that everything you're doing is contributing to her popularity. You love her. You love the attention she garners you and the friends. It's just like high school. It's just like high school, where everybody loves you because of the sameness of opinion. Not because of who you are, not because you put on a decent show. Oh, good show, news guy. Everyone says, good show, good show. Clapping like seals. Arr, 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 arr. Good show, news guy. They're only clapping because you're on their side. You think a lot of them give a fuck about politics? You think a lot of these people even care what's going on? Some of them are very educated. Most of them are anti-Jewish and anti-colored, and look at the people you associate yourself with. The same people and it's funny, for sure it's funny. But to be perfectly honest, they're listening to you because you're on a certain side, news guy. Because you give them their fix of dramatics. And that's why they listen to you. They don't respect you. They don't respect what you do. They listen to you because you're aligned with the right people, and you know this. You don't care. You're in that snuggy woolen blanket of everybody likes my show. And I was there too. But now, because I decided to do some brave journalism, I'm cast out. Cast out and ridiculed. The same show that I'm doing before is now not going to be listened to by this group of people, and it's not going to be listened to by anyone. So I'm going to have to start from scratch, and it's not like I have a problem with that. It's not like I have a problem with that at all. And I'm going to listen to who I want to listen to. I'm going to check out some different shows that aren't exactly in the group or as part of the schedule, because not everybody goes on a schedule here. If Debbie Daly left Spreaker, what would you guys have? And this is coming not because... it's so funny. It's just like race. Have an open dialogue on race, they say. Let's talk about race. Well, here's a hard truth. Oh no, you're racist. wait a minute, but it's true. Statistics prove that, no, you're racist. We just want to hear what you agree with, or what we agree with. We don't want to hear about any hard truths or hard evidence or anything like that to really solve the problem and get into the guts and get dirty. Nobody wants to get dirty. Nobody wants to get dirty. Everybody wants to just be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. So they form these little groups and these little cliques, and they get so happy because everybody is so agreed that, like, oh my God, that Debbie Daly, I can't stand her. Oh my God, did you hear what she did? Oh my God, she lied to me. Oh my God, she, like, did this to me. And, like, she said I was the great news guy, and now she lied to me, so I'm just going to be like, like, I'm going to hate her forever because she lied to me. Because I think she said something, but I can't exactly confirm it. And I'm going to hate her because of something that happened like 5 years ago. And I'm going to continue to hate her, and I'm going to hold a grudge. You know, in the real world, people avoid each other. In the real world, people avoid conflict and they avoid each other. Not here. And I gotta say, it was kind of nice to be accepted and enjoyed and be under Guy Shea's wing and whatever. It was nice. I'll say that much. Everybody wants acceptance. Let's not lie about that. Everyone wants acceptance. Everyone wants listens. That's why you're here. I can talk to myself any day of the week, but I'm not going to do that. I want to broadcast. It's what I've gone to school for. It's what I'm almost finished going to school for. And as I said, this has all been a social experiment, and so far, it's proven very interesting as far as the social dynamic. It's proven a lot like... It's a lot like the Cumia situation. You know, I don't have as much support as Anthony Cumia. Hardly as much. I'm a blip on one podcasting site. But you know what's funny, boys and girls? Is I do know my place. I know that I'm small time and small potatoes. And I know what I'm doing. I'm staying true to who I am. Yes, I was anti-Debbie, of course. Now I'm not going to say I'm pro-Debbie, but I definitely am not anti-Debbie. I'm kind of neutral on the matter. And I'm certainly not going to turn around and go after people on Debbie's behalf, because she can do that on her own. She's a big girl. She can fight for herself. I'm not worried about that. Nor am I worried about anything else as far as resistance or anything like that. You know, if I get knocked off of Spreaker because I said a few choice words about a few choice people, then fine. It's not going to end my life. I'm not going to fall apart over it. This has been fun, but I'm not going to fall apart over it. You know, I met some good people here, but just the way people are acting is just juvenile. They gotta hate somebody. In fact, I think they're pretty happy that they got me to hate, because Debbie was getting a little stale. And you know, if any of you decide to listen, if I do hear something about Debbie, I will mention it. You know, like that whole drug deal business of last week, I asked her about that. But just because I didn't chimp out on her and go, you bitch, you know. There are two games out there called checkers and chess. Checkers is very simple. You move diagonally. If a character, there are two sides, black and red. If a character decides to jump another, or is diagonal next to a character of a different shade, they jump over them and take their piece. Very simple game. You reach the end, you get one of your pieces back in the form of a king. Chess is different. It requires tactical, strategic moves. Chess is a game that has many different movements for many different characters. And you have to strategize and think of what your opponent's doing. And you have to even think of leading opponents into traps. Many would say that I was led into a trap of Debbie Daly's. That I am crossing into the revolving door of friendship. What a stupid... I mean, what... How old is everybody here? I mean, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous. I will listen to who I want to listen to, and y'all should, if you guys truly like my show, you should listen to it. If you don't like my show, then you listen to it because of who I was affiliated with. And that's like Obama being elected president because he was black and people had guilt issues about it. It's not fair to him, and it's not fair to me to just listen to my show because I'm affiliated with someone else. Listen to me because I have a damn good show. And what passes as a show on this platform is a joke. A lot of what passes as a show on here is a joke. Now I know I'm doing that from a mobile podcast. I don't exactly have the professional means to do the show that I would do if I had more time and effort, but at least I'm doing it. And I'm trying to put some content out there. And you know, if people don't like it, then that's fine. I'm not going to say I don't care, because it was nice to have listens. But if everybody just kind of, you know, oh, Goofybone said not to listen to him, I'm not going to listen to him. And you know, maybe some of you thought, well, I liked his show, but Goofybone told me not to listen to him. Think about that. Somebody telling you what you can and can't listen to? Somebody telling you what you can and can't do? Where's the freedom in that? Oh, I'm just going to continue to be... And now Guy Shea, a man who was destroyed by Goofybone. You know what? There's probably shit going on behind the scenes I don't even know about. There's shit going on behind the scenes with me. And you know what? If you need someone else to hate, go ahead and hate me. Hate means ratings. Hate means listens. And you know, if you're not going to listen to me and not one of you listens to me, yeah, it's a bit of a blow to the ego, because it meant you didn't like my show in the first place, or else you'd find a way to listen to it. And all those kind words and all those statements and everything made was just bullshit. And you're all full of shit, if that's the case. I'll still listen to your shows. I don't give a fuck. If they're good shows, I'll listen to them. If they're shit, I won't. Because I'm not dictated by somebody else. My actions are not dictated by somebody else. I motivate my own actions. I'm my own man. And that's why when I had that first little run-in with Goofybone, there was a bit of a sting of pride there, because it was like, who the fuck are you, dude? And then I realized his position on this platform. You know, he's a cult of personality, as I've said before. He's got people wired up. He's got people twisted. Same with Debbie on her side. She's got people twisted. And with all the sock puppets, who even knows? Maybe it's 5 people on this fucking thing, running all this drama, and it's like 5 of them just sitting like in a little fucking cafe somewhere, just running all this drama for their own fun. And if that's their life, then what kind of life is that? God, look at yourselves. Yeah, I'll admit, I've been wrapped up into it, but you know what? Thank you, Goofybone. Thank you, Guy Shea, and thank you, all the people who have decided to turn on me and not listen to me. Because you've made me realize how silly all this bullshit is. Made me realize how stupid it all is. And, Guy Shea supported me, tweeted my stuff, put me... I got a listener in the chat room. Holy shit. Sorry to say, Goofybone is like Megatron. If you don't go his way, you're on the highway. That's fine. And if everybody else wants to follow Goofybone and be a follower instead of a leader, or instead of being their own person, just fucking be sheep and be led, that's the easy way to do it. Or you can be your own person and do your own thing and have people enjoy your shows and enjoy your content and be in your chat rooms because they enjoy it, not because someone told them. And do I want to be associated with a bunch of sheep? Fuck no. I started this show with my own observations. They ended up being in line with a few people. It grew because of my observations. And I had trouble there for a while because my observations didn't exactly fit into the nice little grids, into the nice little boundaries of what Spreaker is. And there it is. Well, you know what? I think I've said my piece on it. I've said my piece on this whole thing. Guy's not going to get to me. Goofybone's not going to get to me. Because he's got his crew, and that's fine. Let me tell you a little something about me. I was born in a largely Hispanic neighborhood. And you know what that taught me? That taught me that I was different right from the get. Kids hated me for something I couldn't even control. Kids hated me for the color of my skin. I kind of know what it's like. It's interesting. They call it reverse racism. Why not just call it racism, period? So then when I was 12, after being brought up in this largely Hispanic community with a lot of crime and stuff around me, and by a very loving family, mind you, but then I moved to another type of culture shock, which is rich people. Moved to a rich area. Didn't fit in there either because I've been brought up fairly humbly. So, in high school, I also dealt with a lot of different issues. So, needless to say, I'm used to being the odd man out. It's not new to me. But what have I done? I continue to go my own way. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. If you choose to listen to my show, that's fine. If you don't choose to listen to my show, that's cool too. I started this show by being me, and I'm going to continue to be me. And if I go back to the same, 20 listens here and there that I used to, then that's cool. But if you all want to be independent and you enjoy my show, then come on in. Don't listen to somebody else. Don't listen to somebody telling you what to do, because that's where the drama goes. Because it's easier to think in a mob than to think for yourself. It's easier to think. It's easier not to think. It's easier to be with a mob than it is to think for yourself. Because if you think for yourself, somebody may disagree with you. And then what's going to happen? You're going to lose all your friends. But were they friends to have to begin with? No. I have enough friends. And they're people who stuck with me. Through thick and thin. If I do something stupid, they say, yeah, you're a dumbass, but nothing else. Because they're actual friends. I hope you guys get the feeling of that one day. I hope you guys understand that friendship is not just, if you agree with me, I'm cool with you. It's, if you don't agree with me, I'm still cool with you. And that's what it really is. So, I follow my own path. I'm not going to be calling into Debbie Daly's show every night, playing her trivia games and whatever. And as far as News Guy goes, get off the spelling bee, you idiot. Jesus. It happened like weeks ago. Get over it. So she ripped off a bit. It happens. Fuck. Change your man tampon and shut the fuck up. God. So I won't be calling in and participating in all of Debbie's things. I tried to call in a Goofy show that night, but I didn't get through. Because I wanted to explain what I was thinking. Because Goofy, I know, has got a logical brain in his head. He'd probably understand what I was doing. If he just fucking heard the show. Or maybe he was there, I don't even know. And if I lose all my listeners, well shit, then I gotta find other ones, which means I gotta tweak my show a little bit. Get away from all the Spreaker drama in this one group, and maybe actually start to do content. Perhaps. Because a lot of people don't want to hear about Spreaker drama. They want to hear shows that are interesting. What some people would consider to be dry and boring, a lot of other people find interesting. And it looks like I've been invited to have my court tonight on the show. On Goofybone's show. Should I? Let me smoke on it. Or vape, whatever the case may be. You know what? I'm in. Goofybone, I'll be there tonight. You name the time, I'll call in. You want to have my trial tonight? Cool. Let's go ahead and have a trial. It'll mean ratings for your show. And it'll mean, I don't know, everybody will get their chimp on and start jerking their dicks and just wallow in the drama. They'll just love it. Yeah, I'm on. What time, Goofybone? Type it in the chat room. I'm there. 9 p.m. Pacific. You got it. I'm there, baby. I'm going to blow off some production time just to fucking deal in this kangaroo court where you got to promise that you ain't going to fucking turn me off if I say something you don't like. Because you kind of have a habit of doing that. When somebody starts to say something you don't like, you mute their ass, which, you know, you're the host of the show. That's your prerogative. But if you really want to have a trial, then let me say my piece. If you write no mute in the chat room right now, I'll be there. And I know you can hear me. Write no mute. You know, he might have already left. Should I go through with it? Yeah, I've already said it on air. If I don't do it, I'm a coward. So yeah, I don't fear anybody. I'll go through with it. Tonight, tune into Goofybone's show, where I will have the kangaroo court. It will be the trial of the Spreaker century. The people versus Alan Wayne. This is a court, says Goofybone, not a show. All right, then it's going to be a court. Tune in tonight. We will have a court. Yes, the kangaroo court of Spreaker. The Honorable Judge Goofybone presiding with his long white wig and his gavel of justice. His bailiff, Guy Shea, sitting there with a little baton. Sitting there holding his baton, stroking his baton. And anybody else who wants to be spectators. I will defend myself because I know none of those other people will defend me. So let's do this. Tonight, 186 Point Deuce is the channel. Goofybone. Court is in session. we're going to end this with some music, which I'm going to find right now. But yes, court will be in session this evening. I will say my piece, and I am throwing myself to the wolves, much like many martyrs have, for their beliefs. Oh, I think this is perfect. Drink up the Kool-Aid, everybody. For tonight I go into the court of public opinion. Drink it up. Drink up the Kool-Aid. Drink up the Bone Kool-Aid. Drink up the Daily Kool-Aid. Drink up whatever flavor Kool-Aid you want, or you can be an individual and put the Kool-Aid down. See you in court.
Drink it up, drink it up, my friend. Drink up, drink up, drink up the Obama Kool-Aid. Drink it up, drink it up, my friend. Drink up, drink up, drink up the Obama Kool-Aid. I'm in chains, I'm in chains. My freedom of speech is in chains. I'm the one in chains now. I'm in chains because I can't say what I want to say. Let me know, how long do we pay? Wouldn't you rather have a guy holding a gun on you, or a guy that's about to hold a gun on you? Let me know, because we're having a gun held on us right now. Right now, right now. We're having a gun held on us right now. Stop it. Once you vote white, you know you vote right. Right, white, what? Can I wear one of those out and not be beaten to a pulp? It's time for Whitey to realize we don't have to be victims anymore. I'm in chains. I'm in chains. My freedom of speech is in chains. I'm the one in chains now. I'm in chains because I can't say what I want to say. Let me know, how long do we pay? I hope the Kool-Aid's cold. I hope it's really cold. Drink it up, my friend. Drink up the
Goofybone
Kool-Aid. How long do we pay? How long do we pay before people fucking act like human fucking beings? I'm in chains. I'm in chains. My freedom of speech is in chains. I'm the one in chains now. I'm in chains because I can't say what I want